Hello everyone to Bonquisitive Tech Studio. So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. So in Reddit and in other social media, when I actually talked about Picoclaw, setting up Picoclaw, which is nothing but a version of a variant of Openclaw itself, a lot of people were asking or saying like, okay, but they do not have a concrete use case to use for Openclaw or any Openclaw variant. So today I'm gonna just show you one use case, one such use case where I am using, and I'm not saying like this is the only use case that you can, but this is just an example of how powerful this can be and why it has become so popular. Okay, so let's start quickly. So this is again, I'm connecting from a Windows machine, but I have a separate Ubuntu machine where Picoclaw has been installed. If you haven't seen it yet, you can see my other video where I set up Picoclaw completely from scratch. You can see that. So this is I have basically remotely connecting to that Ubuntu machine basically using Rust disk. Okay, so I don't think there should be any problem with that. But I'll be just showing you what I'm doing through this system or through Telegram. Which once you have set it up, you do not need to have access to this system. Obviously, you need to have the access, but what I meant to say is not you don't have to open the system as much as you want. Okay, so here's the main chat and everything. You are familiar with the gateway now, probably. What I'm going to show you is skill. So skill is something that you can obviously use to kind of create new agents, right? And not only that, you want a predictable behavior out of your agent, and that's why you create skills. But you see all these skills that I have created, none of them were basically created by me directly. What I did was I just had a conversation with Picoclaw in my Telegram, and all these skills were created. So, what the skills are? So let me just go to our Telegram. Let's see. So yeah, I have this Telegram bot open. So one of the things that I was basically using the whole Telegram was to I wanted to have a research assistant. So if you any one of you is familiar with academic research, you would know like in academic research there are multiple steps like a literature review where you have to basically go through a lot of research papers to understand what sort of work has already been done in that particular topic. And when you go through each of those papers, you try to understand the papers, and you also try to not only understand the key ideas that are being talked about, but you also try to understand what is the gap. You also do a gap analysis sort of a thing, where you try to understand if there is a conceptual leap or not. uh, I'm not saying you always do it while you are reading a paper, but it's something that you try to do when you are actively doing research, right? So if you are interested in a topic, you want to do your own novel research, you also wanted to understand like, okay, they have done this thing, but what they have missed, or how I can actually take that idea to the next front. Anyway, I'm not here to lecture about how to do research, but this is the thing, like in research, in academic research, you have to go through these phases, and some of these phases are not how would I say, like if it's time consuming, it's monotonous, it's time consuming, it takes up a lot of time. So what I did, I actually wanted to have an assistant that can assist me with all those tasks, and that's what I was basically working with Picoclaw. So as you can see, so Picoclaw once you have set it up, you can just chat with it in your Telegram, right? Or any of the channels you choose. It could be WhatsApp, it could be Slack, Discord, or whatever. Telegram is one of the most easier to set it up with. It just requires just a bot token, and creating a bot in Telegram is like a couple of seconds task, right? It's very easy. So that's why most of the Openclaw variants or any Openclaw assistant video you might see, you would see it with Telegram, just because it's easy to use and everyone has it already. Now, I wanted to do some research in one of my backgrounds, which is in cognitive neuroscience, and I also wanted to uh, integrate some of the learnings of attention theory. I wanted to do some predictive coding, bias, those kind of things. But now I just asked it to like, okay, I need to create multiple agents if I wanted to do a complete research. And if I wanted to do this research, you have to create some skills, right? So you have to either create agents or skills. So how you can actually do that? So it itself suggests like what should be the agent orchestration. If you see, most of these are basically me and Picoclaw talking and discussing about what would be the best way to first of all orchestrate. Like there would be multiple agents that would divide the work in between themselves, and then it kind of narrows it down like, okay, I have all these agents, these are all the agents, so there would be one agent which is basically can go and read papers. There would be one agent for research summarizer which kind of summarize everything very clearly, very objectively. There would be one gap detector agent, completely different. It just takes all the key findings and tries to find the gaps. There could be hypothesis generator, so and so forth. So all these skills, like what it can do, how it would actually work, is something that we created while talking. And you can see like once it's done, it actually created all these skills, and you can actually go. So this is not magic, right? Everything is happening because if you go to Openclaw and see how exactly it's being done, and I'm showing you through the actual wave UI. You can also go through terminal as well, but if you just go to the Openclaw place where you have actually written everything. So in my case it's in Picoclaw, Pico data, and you can also basically work through it, like where it would be saved in the config, by the way. So if I just show you here in config, you can see where exactly the workspace directory is, and you can restrict all the data into that particular directory itself, right? So it's basically in MNT data, Picoclaw personal Pico data. So this is where all the stuff about Picoclaw would stay. All of my conversations are not stored, but key important aspects of the conversation is stored. One of the things that make Openclaw or Picoclaw or any of these variants very different is all these soul and everything, right? So and you would see it in if you actually open this up, you would see like in the workspace itself, it has a literature analysis.md, search OpenLX. These are all something that it created while talking with me, and it has a memory as well. So memory folder, it's basically created every day based on our discussions, and yeah, and you can see there's a state. Cron should be empty because I haven't put any cron or anything. Then there's sessions, which should be, yeah. So all the sessions that's happening should go in there. So this is all the data that basically is where all these datas are, right? So it's not like everything is completely like magic happening and you can't trace it back. So tracing and debugging might be also important. And when I started working on the project, so the research, the papers that it has to go through, everything basically is also stored here, right? So all the papers that I was basically reading, or I won't say I was reading, basically this assistant, it was reading all these papers, it was creating notes. You can see deep reading notes, literature deep dive, all these markdown files, and I can just open the file itself, and you would see like, yeah, it actually went through the papers, what's the core thesis, connection, everything. So the idea, what's the idea behind it? The idea is like, first of all, you can create agents. You do not have to be technical to use it. You can just ask it, you can just converse with Picoclaw bot in your Telegram, whatever interface that you're using, Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever. You can just ask it like, okay, I want to do this thing. What do you think? What sort of agents would be required? And it would create those agents. It would create the necessary skills itself. And not only that, all the things that it's doing, it's restricted to a particular folder so that it doesn't kind of access anything that you do not want it to, right? And if I go back here, as I was trying to showcase it, it actually generated all these skills like academic research, agent team orchestration, agent orchestrator, experiment planner, gap detector. Everything was created directly by this only. Okay. Now, one thing, so this is one, I would say, like a very concrete example or use case of how you can use it. Obviously, not every one of you might be interested in academic research, but this just shows you like the power of this sort of things, right? So it's not like uh, we haven't worked with multi-agentic systems or things like that, and I'll probably show in a later video how even a proper, if you are in hardcore technical and want to create your own systems, multi-agent systems, which would also orchestrate between each other, communicate between each other, those sort of things, how to build that, what sort of framework that you can use. I can basically go in that direction in probably in a later video, but the core idea of this is like Openclaw or any of the Openclaw variants. I am using Picoclaw because it's lighter and like it's faster, and a lot of security aspects of Openclaw is also resolved in it. So I'm using Picoclaw, but it also holds true for Openclaw as well. Most of the things that that is basically holds for Openclaw, or it holds for Picoclaw as well. And using this, you do not have to be technical. You do not have to sit in front of the laptop, in front of the system all the time. And right now, I have had a laptop lying around, but you can just also host it in a like a VPS or in a cloud VPS. You do not have to have like a system lying around. You can just put it in a cloud VPS, and it's basically it has its own system. It's like your digital employee, and it's a digital employee that can work on anything, not only research. It can work on IT automation, IT tasks, if you want. It can work on coding tasks if you want. It can do any kind of task that can be handled digitally. So anything and everything that can be done, it can do it digitally. And the other thing that I was actually working, this is not related to a use case, but this is something that I was wondering is how do I segregate? Because if you use through Telegram, you would see you have created a bot and everything is basically there, right? And obviously some of the parts it kind of extracts from the Telegram, and so this is the main chat. Let me just pull it. So this is the main chat, and you see like I have talking about research. I am talking about a lot of other things as well here. Yeah, right now it's still on research. Then I was talking about Telegram itself, sessions and chats and everything, somewhere around here. Yeah, Picoclaw agents and session. So obviously you can create new sessions. So just this is something that I wanted to also tell you, because I was actually also talking with this agent, and this is something that I find very interesting. So let's say you are in Picoclaw in chat. You can start a new chat, right? And once you start a new chat like this, it creates a new it's kind of creates a new session, and everything is basically logged, and whatever you are basically creating, all the session conversations, it's not interested in session conversation. It kind of extracts the key aspects and it appends to the memory. So whatever you are basically talking about, it kind of goes into the memory, but at the same time it kind of like you can create different sessions, right? But this is when you are in the machine where it's running. How about when you do not have access to it? What about directly from the Telegram itself? So now let me pull up Telegram. So this was the Raspberry machine. Let me try to pull up the Telegram. Yeah, as I was saying, so in Telegram, I am talking about a lot of things, and it also says like you can do it from CLI. If I want to create a new session, when I want to talk about something else, how do I segregate my conversations? Because you have just one bot which was created, right? Which this is just a one bot that I created. How do I segregate my conversations with this bot? The best way, it's like a workaround, because for Telegram it's always like a proper chat ID, and for every chat ID basically it's a new session, but you can't create new chats unless you create new groups. So this is a workaround. What you can do is you can create different groups yourself and the bot that you have created. So this is a single bot. It's and you might ask like why you do not want why you do not create multiple bots. You can, but then actually all these gateways allow you just adding one bot at one time, right? So if you add one bot, that's the bot that is connected to this gateway. So you can't add multiple bots to Picoclaw or Openclaw. So this is just one claw. You can create as many bots as you want, but you can connect only one bot to the Picoclaw, running Picoclaw or Openclaw version. But what you can do to segregate your conversations is create different groups. Let's say what I did is create another group called Research with Picoclaw, and this is a completely new like chat I created, research with Picoclaw, where I it's just only me and the bot itself. And you can create other bots as well, and what happens, it actually remembers everything that was there in the memory. So like right now, if I just ask, let me ask it directly, like uh, can you pull up our last discussion? We minimize it so that you can see. Can you pull up our last discussion on the research of predictive coding, let's say? And once I do this, is this running? Let me quickly see. Okay, I needed to start it again, I guess. Can you did I close something? What's happening? So now, as you can see, there's something going wrong, right? And when I asked it something here, it's actually thinking and probably working through, like why it's not working in another group. So it at least pull up this thinking, right? Which shows like, okay, it's working here. It will probably answer me in a second or so. But why it's not working here? It should. Oh, we have no access to messages. Why? Uh, yeah, affiliate program. Why can't access to messages? Okay, so this is saying this is likely a Telegram bot privacy setting. By default, Telegram bots can't read messages in groups unless configured otherwise. Okay, so send my bot, selected your group privacy, select it to turn off. So bot can read all group messages. Okay, so as you can see now, this is basically something that can be fixed. And by the way, this is this is the thing. If you basically if you are in something where you are getting some error or something like that, you can always go there and see like, okay, what's the problem? How can I fix it? Okay, I see allow groups are enabled. Back to settings. I want group privacy is enabled. Privacy mode is enabled, but if I say turn off, privacy mode is disabled for Picoclaw 1 bot. Okay, back to settings. This is bot father, by the way. You should be aware like this bot father can be used. I have already shown you how bot father can be used for creating new bots and everything. Now let's see. I have already done that. Option 1, disable privacy mode is cleanest for use case. Actually added to the group. It's already done. So let me try to talk with here now. Okay, let's talk. Uh, hey, can you hear me now? Can you understand me now? And it can, right? It can. So now the thinking is coming. Okay, so it was just a bot privacy kind of a thing, loud and clear. I can understand you perfectly. What's on your mind? Uh, this group is just for discussing research with me. Let's try to recap our findings and let's make sure that we only talk about research in this group. Okay, and it's again thinking. So what I've asked it to try to recap our findings and make sure that we only talk about research in this group. Yep, that's fine. That's what I wanted to discuss. So uh, what we actually what we kind of learned here. First thing first, there are strong use cases of Picoclaw. A lot of people basically were not sure how to use it. So think of it like this way: if you can do some work in front of a system, your Picoclaw can do it as well. Okay, and that's the first thing. Second thing is, if you want, it can the from Telegram itself you can configure skills, agents. You can create agents, sub agents that can actually assist you in work. That's the second thing. The third thing is, which I was also basically kind of learning and showing you guys, where how to kind of segregate different conversations. So like I have created a group called research with Picoclaw. I can create as many groups as I want, right? I can just go to my normal Picoclaw. I can probably create another group with some, say, coding with Picoclaw, let's say. Any group name that you want, you can go there and you will just add Picoclaw bot. You should be searching Picoclaw bot, and yeah, you should be able to find the Picoclaw bot that you created. Just create the group. Yeah, and then it can also now talk with you, right? And you can configure it so that uh, we basically only talk about certain parts, like this group is for coding, right? So you can obviously do that. And just to go back, you can see like I asked it like this group is just for discussing research. Let's try to recap. And it found our previous research notes from March 26. Here's a recap of where we left off. It kind of gave us all the research recaps, everything. Noted, this group is for research discussion only. What would you like me to pick up from here? Gap analysis, hypothesis, destination, something else, right? So everything is there. You can do it. And yeah, you got it. Writing, reviewing code, debugging, architecture design, DevOps tooling, everything is there. So this is what you can do very easily, and this is something that I would like you guys to try out. Openclaw or any of the variants, those are like a cool new thing that is out there, and there are reasons have been so famous and popular, right? So you can use it in different settings for different use cases. Let me know what sort of use case that you find and I can probably create something else again very quickly. Okay, so let's see, and bye bye. See you again soon.